There are so many NLP trainers out there. Why should I choose you?
That's a good question, Vaishnavi, again. Why should you choose us, See, AlphaStars has been into this line of NLP, me being a trainer and Mr. Sat being a trainer. We've been over past 20 years, we have been doing these workshops all over the country. And it makes us more authentic, many reasons. So first of all, we've been trained directly by Dr. Richard Bandler as trainers, So we are his trainers. We are not just participants. There are many people in India, for example, in 1997, Richard Bandler came to India. We did a practitioner program in Bangalore where we had more than 160 participants. And each of them is right when they say they have been trained by Richard Bandler, because that's what English is, right? But if you ask them a question that, are you trained as a trainer? Then obviously they're not trained as a trainer. So the authenticity remains one, being a trainer directly trained by Dr. Richard Bandler, because he trains all his trainers. The next is that we have really taken the Eastern wisdom in our model, which is called as the BestLife NLP model, where we have integrated this wisdom along with the program. And the structure of the program is designed in such a beautiful manner that each person really undergoes a transformation. Because it's like, the churning process. What happens when you churn the milk? It really leaves out the butter and the water and the milk, whatever you say, outside. So it actually brings out that cream inside you, where you can really feel that what you are, you get in touch with your own personal self. There have been many instances in these 7 days of program when we have not really actually kind of, I would say, worked on, means we have not done any kind of therapy on them, but people have left smoking, people have left drinking, their behaviors have changed, and even people have been able to drop the angers. Let me just tell you when, one of the cases where we had this gentleman who had come over, it was a workshop in Pune when we did. A little older gentleman, according to the age, of course, from the heart nobody is old, but from the age, he was a little older.
Right.
So he's been quite often going from Pune to Chennai, driving down himself 3,000 kilometers with his wife and, all the, wherever he's going with the people. And every time he says, I would drive down, these youngsters, when they drive, and he gets really panicky because they would drive so fast being on a highway. And after doing the workshop, he just shared with us that he went with his wife and brother-in-law and sister-in-law, down south. And he says, while on these 3,000 kilometers of the run, not even once he got panicked, not even once he shouted. Wow. So he says, I got a comment from my wife. She said, I think NLP started working on to you. So something which makes you, I think, which makes us even feel much more better and proud, which make people really undergo the transformation, because the whole process involves, and it's totally your involvement. The participants are totally involved in it. So nothing we teach you which you cannot do. So everything is a practice. You work on each other, and that's how the the whole program of the 7 days happens.
You are one of the main trainers at AlphaStars, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So tell us something about yourself as a trainer.
I think it's a long journey, which didn't start, of course, as a trainer, but then it started as using NLP in the personal life and in the professional life. And we started with the sales training, in fact, and people used to start getting the results from it. And then we had an opportunity to be with our spiritual teacher, and where Richard Bandler also came. And he met us, and there he actually, recognized us that these people are really the trainers, And then we went to him, learned from him. And so the journey started from starting from there, came back to India, started the practitioner programs. And NLP has really helped me in my own personal life as well. It's one of the best tools I think I've ever learned. I'm not speaking out of any kind of being more proud or any kind of ego, but one thing which I've learned in so many years for myself is that I do not judge people. So that's what I think NLP has done to me, and I think that's what it does to many people who come for the workshop, because you start taking people as they are, because you can't expect them to do what you want, because obviously they're not in your mind, right? And we cannot enter into the mind. We can know part of the mind. Even if you're trained in NLP, you can know some part of the mind. So it's a very beautiful tool which has helped me to reach to that level. And it's almost saying like that, even if somebody shouts or somebody is angry or somebody is behaving anyway, the next moment I'm dealing is absolutely with, again, being in the centered way, or getting my zero back. Okay, this is where the person has to be from it. And I've used NLP, in fact, in one of the hospitals called Indian Spinal Injury Center, where I go as a counselor and I counsel patients. Some patients are really under very bad trauma, and sometimes they don't want to even live. But then, it's like talking to them, giving them simple techniques to handle their own emotional mental states, and really able to get hold of the life, whatever is possible for them. Sometimes they cannot walk for the whole life, so it's so difficult at times to, get them back to the life itself. But I believe NLP has really helped me to even be there. We also train doctors, we also train nurses about the language, the way they deal with the people, and the way, they interact with the people. So it's really one of the, I think, most phenomenal things which has happened to me in my life. And it has also made me, kind of talk to anybody. So I can talk to anybody on the road, from a rickshawala to a MD to the chairman of the organization. And I think that's what it has made us learn, that it is something which is very, very beautiful. It has made you touch, at least it has made me touch that kind of spiritual part where you understand each individual as individual, right? So that's what it has done to me. And other than that, of course, in training programs, I think it's all about how much sorry, it's all about how much you can be in your center, and how much you can love people around you. So I think that's what you get back to them. So that's, NLP has really played a major role in my spiritual life as well.
What about the other trainer, Sat Sir?
I think he is, for me, he's been my teacher, my guide, my guru, whatever you may call it as, because he's very, very knowledgeable. He, in fact, for him, I think NLP just flows to him. Sometimes we feel, we see Richard Bandler in him, the way he trains people, all the language patterns that he uses and the way he talks about it is as if he's come into him, And that's in fact one of the most profound technologies of NLP, which we call as modeling, right? So it happens to him probably unconsciously. And he is also, like, he has helped many people. He has helped business entrepreneurs to help themselves to come out of the stuck patterns. He has helped also people, who are really, really stuck in the life. And I've seen him when he does those exercise. Sometimes he's doing the exercise in the workshop and people are just relieved, as if something has just, kind of, some weight has been taken off from their shoulders and they're just totally relieved out of it. So he creates that magic in the program, being the one of the trainers along with me. He really creates that magic in the minds and hearts of people, that people want to be there. And the normal feedback which we have in a session is that, 7 days, we don't know how it has passed, we don't know what you people have done. So that's the kind of normal thing which we get out of them when the people are there in the workshop. So he really creates that magic.
Thank you so much. It's really opened up my mind towards NLP, and I hope it opens up the minds of a lot of other people who are watching this video.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. I think it's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you so much.